Welcome back to another edition of the Bad Podcast, a special edition. We're actually live inside of the Eager to Run Facebook page, man. If you don't know what that is, you need to look it up. Join it. It's a free run club. We're gonna talk a whole lot about it. But B, man, let's get started, man. What we got today?
I'm excited, man. We have a special guest, and we're going to talk about being prepared, getting yourself prepared, and what it takes to essentially have your body ready for battle, ready for an event. So I got a quote here from James Carse: "To be prepared against surprise is to be trained. To be prepared for surprise is to be educated." So we're going to talk about training, and we're going to talk about education today with our special guest. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Mental battles. Mental battles.
Hey, man, eat man for life, baby. What it look like, what it be like, what it do. Back in the building, man. The Bad Podcast, Brad and Dawain. And we have a special guest, guy that beard is way more voluptuous and fuller than mine. Jeff is going to be super jealous of both of us. But we have on none other than our brother, Jamal, man. What's going on, man?
Not much. How y'all doing? Good morning.
Hey, man, we good. We live inside the Eager to Run Club group, man. And we're excited to provide a lot of content, man, not only to our E2N fan, but also the Eager to Run Club, which is a free Facebook page group that you can join. Just find them on Facebook. So, B, I'm going to switch it over to you, man. The boss man gave you the questions. He didn't give me the questions. So, I'm going to let you kind of drive the boat, man. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So Jamal, I just want to take a second and have you introduce yourself, and just talk a little bit about your business, and then we'll jump into some of the content today. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, I'm Jimal Deas, from Sumter, South Carolina. I've known Jeff since high school. We went to high school together. We played track. Well, we ran track and field together. Also there. I'm based out of Atlanta, Georgia. My business name is Deas Performance and Therapy. Basically, at my business, we do soft tissue therapy. We do stuff from sports therapy, do strength and conditioning, biomechanical analysis. We do it all to make sure athletes are ready and prepared to run.
Wow. So I'm going to jump in.
Go ahead. Go.
He said Sumter, man. Yeah,
Sorry?
my wife is from Sumter. That's why I had to jump in, man. She's from Sumter, went to Sumter High, that whole thing. She told me about Red Bay and all of that, man. Like
oh man, I grew up close to Red Bay.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm good. Beat my man for something. We in good hands.
I like it. So you hit a couple of triggers there, and I want to talk about the preparation phase. But before we jump into that, I want to ask you a question. And I know from just watching your Instagram, I know some of the athletes that you work with. I know some of the runners that you work with. I know some of the NFL players that you work with. But I want you to touch base on how you sort of projected yourself into those roles. I mean, was it preparation on your end? Did you do all the right things? Did you what did you do to get into the position that you're in today to work with these professional athletes and these elite runners?
Well, honestly, it's a couple of things. I'm blessed to have a great network. In 2008, I worked with the University of South Carolina. By a head coach named Coach Curtis Fry. His first words with me, I remember now, is be used, know you're being used, and take advantage of it. So every time, like when I first started, I didn't get a lot of money, man. I literally got $100 a day. So if you know track and field wise, $100 is nothing when you have a whole team. So the thing about it is it was just more so about getting my name out there. Like every night we went out, I networked with different coaches. I networked with different athletes. You know what I'm saying? I just got my name out there slowly but surely. Fast forward 2012, I met my first USA team was in 2012. So I got my name up there pretty much to get other people who knew me and knew my brand. then from there, it's kind of got kind of crazy because 2014, I made my second team. 2015, I made another team. And I moved to Atlanta in 2015. That's when things got a little interesting because 2015 is when I started working with the track athlete, more professional track athletes. Um, then also I started working with a lot of NFL guys. So yeah, it was pretty cool because 2015 was when I started like it's from 2008, 2014. I traveled every week for track and field, and the money was decent. But 2015, I started traveling every week, and that money was NFL money is way different than track money. So it was a good experience. So from
Yeah.
now, from 2015 to now, I still travel a lot. I still do a lot with the professional athletes, track and field wise, NFL, WNBA. I just got work this morning at 4 o'clock this morning, working with a couple of actresses because they're here in Atlanta doing a TV show. So I got done working at 4 o'clock this morning, work with them. So yeah, man, grinding, man, the grind don't stop.
I love it, man. And that's sort of what, our mentality is with fitness is the grind don't stop and you got to trust the process. Are you working with any current like elite runners right now? Like currently, are you with any like big top dogs?
Yeah.
I know you are.
Well, it's like so. Track and field wise, last year, well, I've been blessed to work with a lot of big names. Um, Last season for World Championship, last year, if you know track and field, was a World Championship year. Um, I worked with Sha'Carri Richardson. I worked with Christian Coleman, TT Terry, Kenny Harrison, um, Sandy Morrison. I work with a lot of the big dogs. I work with a group out of Florida, which is an all Nike group. So out of that group, we had 7 athletes go to World Championships. 5 of them medaled. We brought back 5 medals. We only brought 7 people with 5 medals. So it was a pretty
Wow.
good one. Terry had 3 medals, TT had 1 medal, and Melissa had 1 medal too. So we had a pretty good successful weekend, especially 2 weeks with only 7 people. So yeah.
I'd say that's a very successful weekend.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about these runners and and NFL. Any athlete that you work with, I think you said WNBA. Are there proactive or preventative measures to prepare your athletes for whether it's a football game or racing event? Is there proactive measures that our clients could take to sort of get them ready if they don't have access to your services? What are some things that our runners could do to make sure that they have a successful event?
It's a complex answer.
Yeah.
Well, it's a couple things, man. We can start from head to toe. Gotta make sure you drink a lot of water. I had them drink at least a gallon a day. Have them stretch for more than 30 minutes. Foam roll for more than 30 minutes. Foam roll with a purpose. It's a difference between regular foam rolling and foam roll with a purpose. Foam roll with a purpose is more so like getting your car detailed and also getting your car oil changed. There's a difference between oil change, how oil change is, and also a detailed job when you drive. Because your body is moving like a NASCAR engine. So with that being said, a regular oil change is basically what most people do when they foam roll. That's like 5-10 minutes. Because if you really do the math, an oil change is 5 to 10 minutes if you do the math. Because a lot of places are drive-throughs nowadays. So with that being said, it's a regular oil change. But detailed job is when you do 30 minutes to a couple hours of foam rolling. That's with the purpose. Myself, I foam roll at least 4 hours. I can literally watch a football game or something and just foam roll the whole time.
I need to get into that routine like yesterday.
But no, with the purpose is basically making sure everything is clicking right. So you have to do certain movements and listen to how your body moves. And when you get that stuff done right, it's a beautiful thing because like perfect example, Shakari. She wasn't the best foam roller, but by the time we got done, like you could see at the beginning of stages, it was like her foam roller was not the best, but by the time we got to World Championships, it was like poetry in motion. Like
Mhm.
her like as a coach or as a coach I very respect, he was like, man, it was like watching poetry in motion how y'all work together because y'all had it was like the chemistry and how she moved her body when she was on the table and how she moved the body when she warming up is crazy. And that same time she won world championship, fastest woman in the world. She had second place, well, she got third place in the 4 by. I mean, 100 meters got first place, second place got third, and 4 by 1 she got 100 meters. I mean, she won. So it was just poetry in motion. Um, because she ran the best, looked the best, and also broke a couple of records too while she was there. So
Mhm.
it was just a testament on how certain things are done. But also in the same breath, you have to get certain muscle firing too. Um, because a lot of people go through the motion of, like, say, sit-ups, perfect example. Sit-ups is people have lower back problems, so a lot of people do the beach body sit-ups, which is basically to working the upper from belly button up. That's a beach body sit-up. But with athletes, you have to work the lower part, so you have to get the planks, you have to get the planks of movements, you have to get, excuse me, get 6 inches, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So fire hydrants, so those kind of things will kind of get your lower core and also good glutes firing because most of the time people have hamstring injuries, lower back injuries, all because they're using backside mechanics. So they have to use they have to understand the body and also get certain muscles firing because they get kind of lazy not doing that.
Yeah, I like how you say hit the core, but not like the beach body abs, because oftentimes when we think, hey, I want that washboard abs, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the sit ups and I'm going to keep on doing 100 sit ups every day, 100 sit ups, but we're not
Mm-hmm.
engaging that entire core. So I like what you said there. I also like what you said about the poetry. You know, so many times when we begin a journey, what happens is there is a lot of resistance, there's a lot of ebbs and flows, and we can't quite figure out exactly how to hit that straight and narrow. But with time, with preparation, with repetition, what we do is over time we create that magic, right? That poetry, like you were saying. I love the sounds of that because that's very relatable to our E2M 8 week challenge. Like that first week, man, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But
For
then once
sure.
it's the weeks 3, 4, and 5, if you stay persistent, like your athletes do, because they have to, right? If they're not performing at an elite level, count them out because somebody's chasing them at all times. But with our clients, sometimes we lose our way a little bit. But those that are steady and persistent, they'll find that rhythm. They'll find that poetry if they just stay consistent with their efforts. Just to ask you a point blank question here, what's something that is what's one of the top causes for injuries with runners? What do you think? Beginner runners, intermediate, expert runners, advanced runners. What's the top? What's that top dog that is going to cause some kind of injury?
Oh man, running on bad surfaces, running
Mm,
on a bad surface. A lot of people, besides not hydrating, not besides foam rolling, not foam rolling, not stretching, not hydrating. The number one big one is running on hard surfaces like concrete. Cause a
mm,
lot of people don't take care of their feet. A lot of people wear cheap shoes. So with that being
mhm,
said, you're more prone for ankle injuries, plantar fasciitis, shin splints. So it's like your body, your foundation, your ankles are your foundation. So if your ankles are tight or not moving good, or your feet are tight, that means it's gonna mess up your lower back, gonna mess up your knees, gonna cause shin splints. So that little things go a long way if you think about it.
mhm. Yeah. Well, that's huge because, man, my lower back's always giving me problems, man. What's something you could tell a guy like myself? I'm 6'3", I got lower back issues. What's something you can tell somebody like me?
Depending on what part of your back is bothering you. It's a mid back. Could do little foam roll with that, or do little pills. So basically, two tennis balls that's taped together. Put those between your the spine, kind of stretch, and go through your movements that way. Another one, you put a foam roller in the middle of your back and foam roll that way. With the purpose. Um, Lower back wise, it could be a few things. The foam roll, the glute medius and glutes. Um, but also stretching your hamstrings will be the most important one. If you have good pain tolerance, it would be amazing if you do psoas, like put like a little golf, like a golf ball, um, softball, a softball, a baseball in your lower core underneath your belly button. That way, it calms down your psoas because most people don't think about when people have back injuries. The psoas is a very important thing because it's like a belt. Most people who put belts on too tight, they were they will cause if the belt's too tight, you don't feel the pain either in your stomach or your lower back. So it's the same thing when you have the same mindset when your body is. If it's something too tight one place or it's hurting one place, it's another part of your body that's bothering you.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm over here writing notes down, man.
Listen,
Take
dog,
notes
wait a
right
minute.
now.
That softball to the core, that sounds painful, man. I was like, ugh, like,
It can be painful, but the same breath the release is so much is very needed. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, a lot of people at home nowadays, they sit up, they on computers all day, so they kind of
mhm.
the posture is pretty bad. Then on top of that, most people when they drive a lot, they're in bad posture. So it's just basically a lot of things are at your core. I'm saying that's why a lot of people are weak there because of they have build bellies or do beach body stuff. So when you get the lower core looser, your back is looser, or it makes life much easier for you.
Wow.
That's why going
That's-
back. That's going back to the whole thing with the lower core stuff because
yeah.
lower core stuff and the beach body is one way that makes you look good, but lower core exercises they save on your back and so much stuff too, man. With movement wise.
Wow. So B, we live and we got some questions from the folks, man. You
Oh,
wanna
cool.
you wanna throw
Yeah.
something on there?
Let's jump in. I don't know if I have access to those.
I
I don't have
got
the.
it, man. I got it.
Yeah,
Got
hit it
you.
up, man. Excellent.
All
I'm
right.
over here trying to get on Amazon to order me a softball, so
Right.
don't mind me.
Right. This is Brad's personal consultant. Hey, he gonna charge you after this, just so you
I
know.
know, man. Just send me a bill, Jamal.
Yeah. So I'm curious on your thoughts of going to a chiropractor and getting adjusted before a race. What are your
Oh,
thoughts on that?
okay. That's easy, man. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just say allow my so I can speak with track and field wise and football wise.
Mm-hmm.
Track and field wise, we have at big track meets or at certain track meets, you will have soft tissue people slash athletic trainers slash massage therapists, and they also have chiropractors there, sport chiropractors. So like Team USA, they travel with athletic trainers, sports massage therapists, physical therapists, and chiropractors.
Wow.
So a lot of the athletes get off the table, making sure to getting the sports massages and everything done, then get on the chiropractor table because they want to make sure the muscles are clicking right, also make sure the alignment and nerves are firing too. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to. It's kind of it goes hand in hand when you getting ready to compete. A lot of my NFL guys, they fly either they have chiropractors there or you have chiropractors who fly in. Um, but think about with football players, if you are a running back or have certain position you play, it's like getting to a car accident every day.
Right.
So it's a lot of impact. So you have to kind of reset your body up right before you compete and do anything. So chiropractic is very, very, very important.
Okay. Nice. Good deal. I got one more question, and before we keep going. It said, does the pain of foam rolling go away if you do it for hours? I think. Thank you for
That
that question. I was wondering the same thing.
That question is actually from me. I texted Alicia on the side. I said, "Hey, put this question in there."
All right.
Yeah.
So that question. So all right. So let's go back to hydration, man. There's a couple things. Like with me, when I say I foam roll for hours, I foam roll for hours, but I take care of my body very well. Um, every morning I do. So every morning when I wake up, I do. Well, let me clarify. I'm doing every day. Well, at least 5 days out of the week. I'm doing a couple things. I'm foam rolling for a couple hours. I take ice baths at least every other day. I take hot episode baths each other day, every other day, or get in the hot tub. Um, I get massages. I go to chiropractor. I go to physical therapy. I go to yoga. Um, I do Pilates. So I do a lot of things just to make sure my body is ready to go because I travel a lot and also beat myself up a lot. So what I do and what certain athletes do all depends on your hydration, your rest, all that other stuff too. Because if not, you're not going to be able to um, recover like you want to. Like so, basically, to answer that question in a nutshell, if the person is not as active, you're going to feel sore. So I tell my athletes one thing. Day one, you're going to feel flat if you don't do your homework of ice bathing or either hot episode baths. Day one and also hydrating, you're gonna feel flat and sore the first day. Day two, you're gonna start feeling your power come back, and day three, you're gonna feel really, really amazing. You're gonna feel the most powerful you had in a long time. If you do, if you be consistent with it, and also um, be consistent with it and do your homework.
Yeah.
So the answer is no. I'm just kidding.
No, the answer is yes. You will feel
Yeah.
the pain go away because your movements will increase. Um, your movement will increase, and also you start feeling certain muscles to relax how you do it.
Nice, nice. Now that's it for those questions, B. I'm gonna toss it back to you, brother.
Yeah, yeah. Preparation, man, is a key component. You know, it's essential to get us ready for an event, sporting event, a run, anything like that, and essentially for life. You know, how many people have chronic injuries that are prolonged because they're not taking these preventative measures? They'll do a day of cold baths. They'll do a day of the Epsom baths. They'll do a day of stretching. They'll do one day and then they come back and just like you said that first day, man, I'm not feeling it. I'm still feeling flat, you know, or whatever term you use there. But it's not day one. It's day two. It's day 10. It's day 15 of consistency, and then all of a sudden, oh, my body does start to feel a little bit looser, and now I feel like I could run a marathon and so on and so forth. But man, I just want to say thank you. This is very educational. I got a list of notes over here. I'm like, all right, I got my softball in my belly. I got poetry written down over here. Trust the process written down over here. I got all sorts of little nuggets. And again, man, I can't thank you enough because this was not only good for our run club, but it was good for me because you know, with lower back injuries, you know, it's something that I've dealt with, and I've had my peaks and valleys, but I think I'm gonna try that softball thing today, and I'm gonna stay tuned. Stay tuned, man.
I love it. All right, Jay. So right here, man, in our show, we have a little tradition with our guests. We have a segment that we call "Did You Know or Do You Know?" And usually, what we do is ask our guests to share something publicly that most people that maybe follow you on social media wouldn't know, or if they didn't know you personally, something they wouldn't know. So I'm gonna play this little small, really short clip. You be thinking of a fun fact about you that people don't know or didn't know. All right, let's do it.
Do you know?
Super small, super short. So for those that don't know, people in the Eager to Run Club, Jeff, our fearless leader, got on this kick, man, when he wanted to tell us something. He's like, "Do you know?" And he got it from the gingerbread man from Shrek, and so we kind of adopted that as a segment in our podcast. So, all right, Jay, tell us something that someone may not have known, or the "Do you know? Did you know?" moment about you.
Actually, most people don't really know the reason why I got into what I got into. Um, so in 2000, I got in. So in 2000 high school, um, I got injured playing football. Um, right. So my first one. So my first injury was in 2000. Got hit in my back playing football. Partially paralyzed, but not partially. I was partially paralyzed, but I had really bad back injury, so I couldn't barely walk and do anything. But yeah, so I had 308 discs with it. Went to therapy, got back, went to, came back, and I did different sports. I came back and did sports, so I started learning my body a little more. Got to college. My major in college was engineering at first, engineering, and but the problem was I did football too in college. So in college, it's hard playing football and also doing engineering. Um, but after my freshman year, I got injured again. Got injured in my back again. So I'm going through physical therapy again, and this time it kind of clicked. Um, I enjoyed the physical therapy this time. So with that being said, I changed my major. Um, I got an internship working assistant physical therapist. I got from that job, I got internships with the Indianapolis Colts, Team USA. Um, I work with I'm working on some other sponsorships now. So yeah, I mean it's that one injury to my lower back has caused pain throughout the years, but also was a beautiful nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Because it got my mind adjusted to certain things, and also want me to learn more about the body, and also help people too. So yeah,
I
but
like that.
that's you asked for.
Yeah, yeah,
No, that's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah, no, that's dope. I mean, it's always good to hear what inspired and what sparked the thing for you. And so I just love that. Really good. So I got one more question from the folks before we go and before we close it out. And the question is, quick question. What can help me with neck pain after running? I'm warming up before the run as well. What could I know it's probably a lot of things, just this
Well,
is
see, well,
go ahead.
well, neck pain when you're running could come from a couple things, man. One, your posture when you're running. A lot of people either have. I'm sorry, when I talk and think, I have my eyes closed, so I'm
No
not.
worries.
Um.
Half the people can't see you when they listen to the podcast. You good, man?
Oh, so basically what it is, think about when you have your head down. Your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds. So when you have your head down, it's like the side you run with a bowling ball on your head. So a lot of people are running with the head down with the stuff, so it's not really doing the posture wise. And also a lot of people have problem when they run, their breathing is not controlled. So you put a lot of pressure on your head and your thoracic part, of your chest and your upper back. Excuse me. So with those two things, when you're running and having trouble breathing a lot, it's going to mess you up. But also the same breath, it goes back to your core. So your core, if not strong, your body posture will be it's not going to be in line. So when you start running correctly, you start standing up taller. You have your head up a little stronger because most people when they run, they don't have they're so used to being forward. For it's forward lines, but the problem is people's lower back, upper back, trap wise, there's weak, so you're not being able to actually stand up taller and actually do things to make sure your neck is fine, your back is fine, because certain muscles are shut off or weaker.
Nice. I love it. Man, so Brad, man, I know the folks are gonna love this, especially the folks that catching the replay. Going live into the Eager to Run page. And Jay, we want to thank you. Brad already thank you. I'm gonna thank you again, man, for coming on and sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. So last thing before we go, man, let people know that might be interested in the service or what area, just promote the business that because the thing I love about E2M, man, we got all walks of life, man. It literally could be anybody. We got some ex-NFL players in here. We got all walks of life. So throw out there, man, just where they can find you, your Instagram, whatever.
Well, I'm based out of Atlanta. I'm based out of Marietta and Buckhead area. Work out of 2 offices, one in Buckhead and one in Marietta. I also travel pretty frequently. But now my IG page is DSPT underscore therapy. DSPT underscore therapy. That way you can see what I do social media wise. Also the same thing on Facebook. Deas Performance and Therapy. On Facebook also. It's just I don't post much because I suck at that, but also the same breath. It's just more so I like have my work speak for myself. I need to do better social media wise, but also the same breath. I've had one of my mentors said Rolls Royce never makes a commercial. So why should you start doing that? Only thing they do is show pictures of your Rolls Royce when it's coming out and stuff, and go from there. Because the people who, not the people, but cars who have commercials all the time, they're popular cars, but when you're trying to reach a certain clientele or something, you don't really do certain things with it,
Yep.
Love that.
Agreed. Rolls Royce got an Instagram though, so make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all follow my Instagram, man. All right, y'all. Hey, we appreciate y'all tuning in to the Bad Podcast, your favorite podcast. Check us out every Monday. Those in the Eager to Run Club, man. Make sure you guys comment under this video. Let people know that we dropping some nuggets inside this free run group right here. All right, y'all. Till next time, we are out of here.